Rev up your engines! ...2014 Subaru Forester. Is it good or is it bad? Alright, we got a 2014 Subaru Forester with about 99,000 miles on it. Strangely enough, I got two Subaru Foresters here today. This 2014 and this 2011. The 2011's got 199,000 miles. It's held up pretty well. This one's got 99,000 miles on it. So let's compare and contrast and see what you get. You can see this has a lot more plastic parts because it's newer. This is the 2014, the 2011. Now, they're both four-cylinder Subaru Boxer engines, and both vehicles are made in Japan. Yes, even in 2023, they're still making these Foresters in Japan, which makes it probably the best vehicle that Subaru makes. And both of these are the same size engines, 2.5 liters. But in terms of transmissions, they're radically different. This 2014 has a CVT transmission, while the 2011 older Forester, it has a better transmission. It has an actual automatic transmission, which you can also shift manually, which I really like. It's much more fun to drive. Now, the older one, 2011, 199,000 miles, transmission still shifts like a dream, so they knew what they were doing when they built that transmission, right? We'll see how the CVT transmission in the newer 2014 works when we road test it, but I'm not really a CVT fan. Now, the automatic transmission Forester, the older one, 2011, it gets 23 miles a gallon in all-round driving, city and highway. And the CVT transmission one, with basically the same engine, gets 27 miles a gallon average city and highway. It's 4 miles a gallon better. It does get better gas mileage. We'll see how it drives when we go, but it's got 99,000 miles. It's pretty warm, but the other one has 199. It still shifts fine. Like I say, this is CVT. It doesn't really shift. We'll see how it goes though when we road test it. So let's start this baby up and listen to it. It's got the push button start, which I don't like, but hey, it's still got a regular parking brake, not one of those electronic crappers. Now, it sounds totally normal for a Subaru, hey. You're always gonna get a little clacking noise here and there. Totally normal, doesn't burn oil, gets its regular gas mileage, 27 miles a gallon combined. And this is an old school engine. It's got port fuel injectors. It's not GDI, it's not gasoline direct injection. So the clicking noise you hear, it's the injectors. They often click a little as they age. No big deal. So we're gonna run a scan tool and see what kind of shape it's actually in. So we'll turn the big out scan tool on. We don't care about historical. We'll set it back to the home screen. Do diagnostics. It already detected what it is. We'll do standalone diagnosis. Even though it's made in Japan, it's a North American market, so that's what you push. It already read the VIN. Knows it's North American Forester 2014. And here we go for the big scan. It's gonna scan everything. And we can see it's got a gigantic sunroof, goes way back. Easy to read gauges. Like I say, it's got 99,000 miles on it. A lot of high-tech stuff on it you can fiddle around with. A lot of controls, the odometer, speed control, different modes, phone mode. Now it's got 20 codes, even though it seems to run okay. So, the body control module. That's a fault with the keyless system. You always get those things. We'll erase those codes. Now we gotta turn it off. Turn the ignition back on. Then erase that code. Okay, that code's gone now. So, we'll go to the next one. The S system has 2 codes. We'll see what they are. The relay lost communication with eyesight. Realize these things have all kinds of sensors on them. Things often screw up. We're going to erase those too. See if anything comes back when we're done road testing it. We'll go over here. Eyesight. Alright, these are pre-collision stuff. These systems aren't that great to begin with. You can see it's got weird eyesight communications, engine torque limiter control prohibit. These systems are not going to save yourself from getting in a wreck, especially these old ones. This is 10 years old. You could spend a fortune working on those things. Most people are just going to go, yeah, and they'll live with it. First, we'll see what's going on here. Combination meter. More electronic hoopla. Code we had before, lost communication with eyesight. With the system that's supposed to see stuff. So we'll erase that too. We still got codes. We'll look at MFD. Multi-function display. It'll be another kind of communication BS thing probably. Lost communication with eyesight. These U codes are all communication codes. They will not make your check engine light come on. And there's some more. We'll go to the PRG. Rear power gate. Now that's the problem with modern cars. They'll trip all these stinking codes, and a lot of times it's because the battery doesn't have enough power. Pay take a guy like me to erase all the codes. Otherwise, people will probably try to sell you crap saying, oh, the eyesight function, we have to fix that, blah, blah, blah. No, once the battery's replaced, you got to reset all that stuff. Okay, and we still have two more. Okay, the transmission, it's got a code too. Occasional eyesight, again, the transmission with that same stupid code. We'll erase that. And as I said, sometimes resetting the battery will do it. If you had a low battery and the battery's been replaced, you got to reset these codes, and the stupid computer remembers them. Or that most people don't care about the tire pressure monitoring system. Let's see what codes it has. No data from any of the transmitters. Well, that's no surprise. This car's 10 years old. The tire pressure monitoring systems use sensors in each wheel inside the valve stem that have batteries. The batteries go bad. Most people aren't going to spend all their money to replace them, so they get a tire gauge, measure their own tire pressure. So we'll erase those, and we really won't care. Now, if that doesn't come back, it would mean that at some point in time he had them fixed on the vehicle and nobody reset the computer. Let's just see what kind of shape the car's in. So we're going to start it up and look at live data. So we'll go to ECM. We will then go to live data. The airflow sensor's perfect. A little off. 1.00, 1.02. That's pretty close to perfect. We're going to look at long-term fuel trim, and you can see it's minus 0.8. Okay, that's almost perfect, right? It's just subtracting a little bit of fuel, 0.8%, 100,000 miles. You don't worry about that. You could run some fuel cleaner like Bernie's fuel cleaner. Maybe you could get it to go to 0, but 0 minus 0.8 is almost perfect. So the engine's in excellent shape, and so is the fuel injection system. Module voltage 14.1. That means the charging system's working fine. It's got plenty of voltage. Temperature of the battery 35 degrees Celsius. I like metric because I can analyze it easier. You can see the roughness monitor for all 4 cylinders. 0. It's not running rough at all. Well, everything's pretty hunky-dory, so let's take it for a spin and see how the CVT transmission feels. Put it in gear. Yeah, it doesn't seem to have any clunking or anything. Does have a nice smooth idle. Now we're going to take it to our little drag strip and see how the CVT transmission works. It does get like 27 miles a gallon instead of 24, and being more modern than the other Forester, suspension system's a little upgraded. It rides quite a bit better. Of course, then again, it's got 99,000. The other's got 199,000 miles. So gonna be a lot more wear and tear on the other one. Take it up to the stop sign, see how the brakes work on the wet road. They work perfectly fine. No noise. Stop straight. The all-wheel drive system's hugging a wet road really well. But let's see how it accelerates. That's what I'm curious about. Here we got our little drag strip. I'm looking behind. There's nobody behind us, so we can come to a full stop without getting rear-ended. Here we go. We'll come to a stop. Nobody's behind us. Here we go. Full acceleration. Doesn't exactly carry you away. And it's got to rev high with a CVT. Revs high. I mean, it goes. But really, I had a much more enjoyable experience driving the 2011 that had an actual automatic transmission, and I could even manually shift it if I wanted. And really, it still shifted like a dream at 199,000 miles. I would always be leery about the lifespan of a CVT. This one's still working fine, just doesn't have the same pickup, doesn't shift gears, has a different feel, and it's not one that I particularly like. But then again, this wasn't meant to be a race car, it's a transportation device, and this one at 100,000 miles is still humming along quite fine. A little lane departure system, it works. I veered over deliberately, and when I did, it's beeping it, that's working. And the AC is blowing freezing cold. Well, it should, because I just emptied the system out and refilled it, because he wasn't sure if his mechanic did it right, so it's got just the perfect amount of refrigerant in it. Now, granted, that's a bad point of this car. He had to replace the whole system, the compressor, the evaporator, the condenser. Everything was replaced on this vehicle, so the AC system did break down before it had 99,000 miles on it, and the old one, 2011's got 199. The AC system was never touched, and it's still blowing cold. So what do I think about the 2014 Subaru Forester? Good running car. There's no arguing that. Now, beggars can't be choosers. The man did not buy this vehicle. It was his father's car. His father passed away and he got the car free. So, hey, don't look a gift horse in the mouth. I'm not a CVT fan, but it's still working good, right? I would be kind of peeved that I had to replace the whole AC system with 99,000 miles. That part I wouldn't like. But it's running good, doesn't burn oil. Had all those stupid little codes and none of them came back. I'm assuming it was because the battery had been changed. Nobody reset it. And yeah, I did like the regular automatic transmission in the 2011, firmer shifts, more fun to drive, but hey, got it for nothing and it's a good transportation vehicle. So if you never want to miss another one of my new car repair videos, remember to ring that bell.